Full stop. I think I've done only one other full stop in the history of my channel. But, okay, so we have some big time news. We have an unsealed document, the search warrant for Bryan's home or apartment and his office. The two are exactly the same. So I'm just gonna play the one for his apartment. You know, you're welcome to go watch the whole thing. She's just gonna read the whole search warrant. But what I'm gonna play you is really all you need to watch. All the just the meat and potatoes. The rest is just the same stuff, but repeated, just a different address and some legal jargon. But yeah, you guys do whatever you want, and here we go. Hit that like and subscribe button, and here we go.
I think we actually just want to zoom a bit. Yes, okay. In the matter of application for search warrant. Ooh, okay. Are we ready? Comes now the state of Washington, but this is like, I've been dying to see this. The state of Washington, by and through Dennis Tracy Whitman, County Prosecuting Attorney, and moves the court for an order to unseal the return of service of search warrant numbered SW number 1229-2022A, pursuant to GR 15. Okay. Sorry, I must just quickly slow the chat, then we're going to get into it, you guys. I kind of forgot to do that. My bad.
Well, I'm going to skip ahead.
The state of Washington, by and through Dennis Tracy Whitman, County Prosecuting Attorney, and moves the court for an order to unseal the return of service of search warrant numbered SW number 1229-2022A, pursuant to GR 15.
Now keep in mind, I've skipped through ahead on this. This is like an hour and a half long, so, and most of it doesn't say anything good, but I figured we're going to start off at the beginning here, and you know, that's where most of the stuff is, and the rest is just boring crap, you know, that you have to put in a search warrant, you know. But if you guys want to watch the whole thing, you're more than welcome to.
Okay. Sorry, I must just quickly slow the chat, then we're going to get into it, you guys. The time of the murders. These warrants and associated applications were sealed due to the sensitive nature of the investigation at that time. Since then, an extensive probable cause affidavit has been unsealed in Latah County, Idaho, which has alleviated the need for sealing the return of service here in Washington. It's ordered that the return of service of search warrant in this matter is hereby unsealed. And look how nicely the docket watermarks this for us. It's so nice, you guys. It's our document right here, right now. So of course, it's going to be out any moment anywhere else, right?
Yeah, well, it's an official, this is, you know, the real deal, right? I'm surprised they unsealed it before the trial, because they got a gag order in place.
I don't know if people have it yet, but we have it here. So this is amazing to see. In the Superior Court of the State of Washington, in and for the County of Whitman. Comes now the state of Washington, by and through Dennis Tracy. Okay, this is pretty much the same. The Washington State Constitution recognizes that victims of crimes have rights and states that effective law enforcement depends on cooperation from victims of crime. Okay.
Yeah, no, and keep in mind, you know, Kohberger's still innocent, you know. We don't know what he's going to say. He could drop a bombshell on us, right? He could say that Dylan had something to do with it. There's a whole bunch of shit, right? So, put in the comments what you guys think happened.
Washington State Legislature has recognized that there's a severe and detrimental impact on crime victims, survivors of victims, and witnesses of the crime, and yet there is the civic and moral duty of victims, survivors of victims, and witnesses of crimes to fully and voluntarily cooperate with law enforcement and prosecutorial agencies. In a criminal proceeding, the law requires that a reasonable effort is made to ensure that victims, survivors of victims, and witnesses of crimes have the right to receive protection from harm and threats of harm arising out of cooperation with law enforcement and prosecution efforts. Washington courts have long acknowledged that a victim's initials can be substituted for their name. The basis for this motion is that there are two surviving victims or witnesses of a now notorious and much publicized murder or burglary in Moscow, Idaho.
Yeah, I think what they're talking about here is, how I guess everybody's calling Dylan like DM, and so. But let's go.
Whose full names are listed in the search warrant and search warrant application. These warrants were issued and served in Washington state because a suspect in the crimes resided and worked here during the time of the murders. These warrants and associated applications were sealed due to the sensitive nature of the investigation at that time.
Okay, so they're talking about Kohbergers' office, I guess, at Pullman State, right? That's where he worked.
Since then, an extensive probable cause affidavit has been unsealed in Latah County, Idaho, which has alleviated much of the need for sealing here in Washington. But the documents filed in Latah County have not disclosed the surviving victims' names, only their initials. These victims should have the level of protection that can be provided by having their initials substituted for their full names in the search warrants and search warrant applications which become publicly available from this court. The state is asking the court to consider the usual factors: showing of the need for the sealing of the records, and where that need is based on a right rather than an accused's right to a fair trial, a serious and imminent threat to that right. Anyone present when motion is made must be given an opportunity to object to the closure. The proposed method for curtailing open access must be the least restrictive means available for protecting the threatened interests. 4, the court must weigh the
And you see what I mean? A bunch of this is just, legal jargon that's not really interesting. So I might start skipping ahead, but we'll see what.
Competing interests of the proponent of closure and the public. And 5, the order must be no broader in its application or duration than necessary to serve its purpose. The state contends that the need to protect victim identification is important to their safety, health, and well-being, and that victims and witnesses' rights should be protected vigorously.
But I think why she's reading this whole thing is because she was doing a live chat at the time, and you get super stickers and all that shit. So I don't know.
Just as the legislature and the state's founders intended. The proposed method is to file a complete search warrant, an application for warrant, with only the surviving victims' names redacted and replaced with initials. This is a very minor closure of a court document in order to protect a very important victim interest. Finally, the order will be no broader in application than necessary to serve its purpose, and the public will still have the pertinent information at its disposal in order to understand the proceedings of the court. It is ordered that the search warrant and application for search warrant already filed in this matter shall remain sealed, but the state shall immediately file redacted versions of those documents with the surviving victims' names redacted and replaced with initials. You can see there's a lot of pages here, so I'm not sure what all is in this document, but damn, right?
Okay, yeah, so it just said a lot of stuff's going to be redacted, and the surviving members are going to be, two initials. That's all we learned so far.
Yes, wonderful to see the unsealed. I can't believe it, right? Okay, so now this is, to any peace officer in the state of Washington. Okay, so upon the sworn complaint made before me, there is probable cause to believe that the crimes of murder in the first degree and burglary per Idaho code has been committed in Idaho, and that evidence of that or those crimes, or contraband, the fruits of crime, or things otherwise criminally possessed, or weapons or other things by means of which a crime has been committed or reasonably appears to be committed, is concealed in or on certain premises. In making this determination, this court did not consider the information in the supplemental disclosure regarding DNA test as evidence supporting the existence of probable cause. This court also does not consider the information in that supplemental disclosure to be exculpatory. You are commanded to search within 10 days of this date the premises described as follows: Apartment at 1630 Northeast Valley Road.
All right, so that must be Kohbergers Apartment, number G201, 1630 Northeast Valley Road.
G201. And we saw the prosecutor and everyone was there. 1630 Northeast Valley Road is a 3-story, multiple occupancy apartment building in Pullman, Washington, which is tan and white in color. Apartment G201 is located on the northeast corner of the second story of this building. The door to G201 is located on the east side of the second story landing and is designated by the numbers 201 on the door.
Damn, they're pretty specific, right? Northeast corner, tan and white, you know.
The door is white with a swinging screen door on the outside of the main door to the residence. 2. Seize, if located, evidence of the above listed crimes, including blood or other bodily fluid or human tissue or skin cells, or items with blood or other bodily fluid or human tissue or skin cells on the items.
And yeah, this is what I mean by this is the most important stuff. You know, all the stuff at the end is just, you know, crap like in the beginning, you know, but legal shit that they have to put in there. But this is the meat and potatoes.
2. Now we know what they were looking for. Knives, sheaths, or other sharp tools, including...
Yeah, well, of course they're going to be looking for anything related to the crime, right?
Any dagger, dirk, or sword, or any written indicia of ownership of same, including sales receipts. 3.
Dagger or sword, yeah. So they know it was, you know, basically something shaped like a K-bar knife, right?
Any images, whether digital or on paper or any other format, which show Ethan Chapin, Kaylee Consalves, Xana Kernodle, Madison Mogan, BF and or DM.
You see how they can spell out the whole names of the deceased victims, but they use the 2 initials for the surviving victim, roommates. So that's what they were talking about.
And or the house at 1122 King Road, Moscow, Idaho, and or the surrounding neighborhood. 4. Clothing, including but not limited to dark shirts, dark pants, masks, shoes with diamond pattern sole.
Diamond pattern sole. So those are those Van shoes that they're looking for, right?
5. Trace evidence, including DNA from blood or skin cells or other source, footprints, fingerprints, hair, whether human or animal or dog. Animal/dog. 6. Data compilations, whether digital or electronic or on paper or other format, showing an interest in or planning of murder, violent assault, stabbing, and or cutting of people, and data compilations showing details of the 1122 King Road house. Sorry, where's my mouse going? Here we go. Hello. Okay. The 1122 King Road house, its location, and or any information about Ethan Chapin, Kelly Consalves, Xana Kernodle, Madison Mogan, BF, and or DM. And data compilations showing the location of Bryan Kohberger or the cell phone. Wow, they put the whole number there this time.
Yeah, look, they put his whole fucking number down. I guarantee it doesn't work now, but, you know, look how thorough they have to be to, you know, they're putting everything, just, you know, so they can take everything, right?
On November 13th, 2022, including Wi-Fi logs and data or metadata associated with photos, social media posts, or applications on cell phones or computer towers or laptops or tablets. As example, but not intended to be an exclusive list of data compilations being sought, ledgers, papers, lists, books, notes, letters, calendars, address books, contact lists, diaries, tapes, photographs, videos, emails, text messages, social media posts or messages, and metadata associated therewith. This is amazing to read, my goodness. Okay. 7. Electronic or digital devices or digital storage devices which may contain any of the above data compilations, including cell phones, computer towers, laptops, tablets, external hard drives, CD, DVD, thumb drive, or other data storage devices. This includes any device which may contain evidence of other accounts associated with this device, including email addresses, social media accounts, messaging app accounts, and other accounts that may be accessed through the digital device that will aid in determining the possessor or user of the device. They're looking for photographs, images, videos, documents, and related data created, accessed, read, modified, received, stored, sent, moved, deleted, or otherwise manipulated between the above dates. Evidence of the use of the device to conduct internet searches. So they did think there's they want to look for this digital evidence. They must have got a lot. Fine-tooth comb, says Dead in the Water, exactly. So a review of other so evidence of use of the device to conduct internet searches relating to a review of other murders or violent assaults, stabbing, or cutting of people, as well as how to avoid detection after the commission of such crimes. Details of the 1122 King Road house, its location, neighborhood, and or information about one or more of the victims, Ethan Chapin, Kaylee Consalves, Xana Kernodle, Madison Mogan, BF and or DM. Is that alphabetical or what? I'm just looking. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K. Interesting. Just interesting order.
And now it's just random order. Or Xana would be last, right?
Information that can be used to calculate the position of the device between the above dates, including location data, GPS satellite data, GPS coordinates for routes and destination queries between the above listed dates, app data or usage information, and related location information, IP logs or similar internet connection information, and images created, accessed, or modified between the above listed dates, together with their metadata and EXIF tags. Evidence of the identity of the person in possession of the device on or about the times that items of evidentiary value located pursuant to this warrant were created, modified, accessed, or otherwise manipulated. Such evidence may be found in digital communications, photos and video, and associated metadata, IP logs, documents, social media activity, and similar data. Also, passwords, phrases, codes, patterns, fingerprints, and or usernames to operate any such device. Number 8, indicia of residence in or ownership or possession of the premises of any of the above items, including mail, receipts, identification, bills, rental agreements, license.
And real quick, keep in mind, this is just a search warrant for his apartment. So the office search warrant, which is going to be after this, which she reads, it's going to be exactly the same thing, but just for his office. So the address is going to be changed in the beginning, and then it's going to be exactly the same, right? So that's why I'm not going to play all hour and a half of this, because she reads everything. But in my opinion, you don't have to. You just have to. This is the main part.
Licensing documents and other personal property whose owner or possessor may be readily determined. Assistance from any law enforcement agencies from the state of Idaho or the federal government, or any technical specialist associated with or employed by or contracted with such law enforcement agencies, including but not limited to the Moscow Police Department, Idaho State Police, the FBI, Idaho State Police Forensic Services, is authorized. If you guys are wondering, I might be reading a little fast. I'm trying not to, but I'm just going to soak up. This is let's go through this take one, and then I'm going to read it by myself again later, and then maybe we can do another stream sometime, just what. But wow, they really were looking for everything, which is great. It's so great to see. Assistance from a technical specialist is also authorized to review any digital devices and digital media for the best and least intrusive method of securing digital evidence that the warrant authorizes for seizure.
Okay, promptly return this warrant to me or the clerk of this court. The return must include an inventory of all property seized. A copy of the warrant and the receipt for the property taken shall be given to the person from whom or from whose premises property is taken. If no person is found in possession, a copy and receipt shall be conspicuously posted at the place where the property is found. Okay, yeah, so that's a search warrant for the apartment. The search warrant for the office is going to be the same thing, and then it's just some more legal jargon. But I thought you guys would find that interesting. They released the search warrant. Hope you liked it. If you did, hit the like and subscribe button. And until next time, True Crime King.